What's goody, everybody? It's your girl, Wifey Fangs. I hope everybody's having a lovely day today. As you all know, we are now starting promotions for Grooves with Melodies, new album release from Decatur to the Met. And I really just wanted to take this opportunity to tell everybody that I've been speaking to, all the artists, Just Angel, Tam the Vibe, OGP Rose, Rich Chamberlain, Rejects, Arthur Mohead, Rob Savage. I want to thank all y'all so much for taking time out of your lives to help us put together this album release party. It really means a lot to us. I tell you, a lot, okay? I also want to take a little time just to talk, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a very intimate person. If you've ever worked with me, you ever been around me, I'm very intimate, I'm very open. And I just feel like, when it comes to artistry, it's important that everyone we're around knows that they can be themselves. When I say themselves, I mean like Kanye themselves, okay? If you're an artist, you consider yourself a hard artist, you know that it's hard. Not the artistry part, but the other part, the life part, and the coming to the realization of who you are and what the creator is asking you to do. It's a lot. It's a lot. About a year ago, me and Grooves decided that we were going to step into our calling. Well, shit, I didn't know that stepping into your calling means that your whole life is going to shift. Your vibration is going to shift. You're going to start seeing things that you've never seen before. You're going to start feeling things that you've never been seen before. And that doubt is going to get even stronger. Because, you're sort of stepping off this road that you feel has been designed for you. And you're going into uncharted territories. And that's cool. That's cool. I'm sort of the type of person, if you ask, are we going left or right? I'm like, shit, middle. I want to go middle. That's me. I'm off the beaten path. I like to sort of get off the template and see what everyone has genuinely and naturally. So when we started putting together this album release party, we didn't know we were going to do it. We just sort of woke up one day and was like, hey, you got enough music for an album? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, it's time to release it. And that's what we're doing. And one thing Groove has always, egged me on to do or sort of pushed me to do is to tell my testimony, to tell my story, who I am. Because I'm sort of the kind of person who, I don't hold grudges. I'm not a vengeful person. And what a lot of people want to know, once they hear my story and the things I've been through is how do I continue to show love, even when love is not shown back. And, really, I just don't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's just the real... That's the biggest part. I don't want to go to jail. But the second part is there's always this voice there that's telling me I know better. No matter how I'm treated, no matter what salt or what hate's thrown my way, and no matter how much I want to return it, there's always a voice saying, you can't do that. And when I go against that voice and I do that, I react or, I'm vengeful or I'm hateful, the punishment come like that. So I came to a realization that that's not my calling. I still don't really know what my calling is. I'm sort of just feeling the way as I go. But I do know one thing about me is that I'm really great with people. I love bringing people together. I love bringing artists together. And I really love putting my hands, on the artists and then seeing what we can manifest. I guess I sort of have a Midas touch. and it took me a while to humble myself enough to say, yeah, I'm pretty good at that. What artists need are genuine people. When I mean genuine, you need someone who's genuine saying, I like it, but, that key a little off. You know what I'm saying? I like that cover, but let's try this. And, not to be bossy, but to say, hey, I see greater. Do you see greater? So, this album release party is coming September 10th. We see greater. We see more. So to all the artists that we reached out to, that's why we reached out to you. We see more in you. It's not just about Groove's album release. It's about the teamwork. You can be as great as you want to be, but if you're not reaching out to your inspiration, to your muses and saying, hey, I want to do something to you, it don't matter. There's nothing in this world that we can accomplish alone. Teamwork make the dream work. I don't care how great you are. You have to be humble enough to say, hey, I need your help. I need your vision. I need your energy. Can we swap? Can we work together? Can I rub a little bit of what I got off on you, and can you rub a little bit of what you got off on me? So my testimony is, once we decided to step into, this artistry world, um, I've always been a high vibration person, but it heightened. And with the higher vibration also comes the low vibrations. You can't have one without the other. So, as I was vibrating high, I was also vibrating very low. And I'm taking in all this energy to the point where I just broke. You know what I'm saying? I broke down because I couldn't understand what I was seeing. I couldn't understand what I was feeling. I couldn't understand what I was hearing. And for about 5 days through the Sunflower Tour, which I was supposed to be on, I was admitted. You know what I'm saying? I broke down. I was admitted um, into a mental institution. I wasn't admitted. I admitted my goddamn self. I said, "Goddamn, bitch, something wrong." But while I was in that rehab, I met some light. You know, never say that. People aren't just crazy. Fortunately, I was strong enough to bring myself out of there. But what I realized, while I was in this institution is that many people aren't. Many people aren't. And I brought a light into that institution that really wowed me. There were people in there twitching and couldn't walk and wasn't talking. And once I began to speak and just say, "Hey, good morning, how you doing today, James? What's up, Samantha?" These people that I thought couldn't talk or they were crazy were very intelligent. Many had degrees and families and, were just misunderstood. And by the time I left out of there, I had 4 or 5 people who felt like they were just down and out of like, what, I guess I am all right. And they had been mental, diagnosed, whatever, for years. And it woke me up. It wasn't so much about what I was saying, but I think it was just my genuine interest in people. I mean, I don't care if you're on crack or if you're schizophrenic or bipolar. If you take some time to just speak to people, you'll realize that most people are just misunderstood. And in wanting to be understood, lost themselves. This is what this album release party, is about. How do we bring together artists? How do we create something beautiful? But how do we tap into that side of us that we felt like we lost? How are we going to tap into that? How are we going to bring that back? And that's really important. It's really important. I'm very, very open about mental health. I would love for all the artists, even if you're not an artist, even if you're just a regular person, just kicking it, understand that your mental health is very important. And it starts with you understanding that everybody ain't going to like you. Everybody ain't going to love you. There's going to be lots of people around you who just want to feed off you. That's where it gets hard, right? Especially if you're a giving person. You don't want people feeding off you. You got to learn how to rearrange that energy and understand it's not really them feeding off you. Sometimes that's just what you're destined to do. You got to share some of that energy sometimes. Sometimes you're going to get slighted. Sometimes you're going to get abused. Don't let that change who you are. Maybe let it change how you work, how you do business. But don't ever let someone else's actions change the gift that you've been given. And, that's my testimony this morning, from me to everyone out there listening, is never let anyone change who you are for the worse. Let it make you better. Salt preserves. Salt preserves. You ain't got to catch the salt. You can let it brush your shoulder a little bit. It's going to preserve you. And it's going to let you wake up and realize, where you might be half-stepping. And I just wanted to take some time out before I start promoting all these beautiful artists that we're working with to let y'all know you are loved. Even if you're by yourself, you're loved. If you love yourself, you loved. And it's time, that we really try to find a way to reconnect with each other from a genuine aspect. I might not like everything you do. You might not like everything I do. But what do we have to offer each other in the present time? I ain't going to get too much into my business, right now. But I just want to say that the last year, as we've been stepping out on faith, has been rocky. But behind them rocks, there's been some plants. What I'm saying? There's been some trees and there's been some flowers and there have been come-ups. The good has outweighed the bad. And when you start to focus on the good and let the bad be what it is, you start to see things a little different. It's time, y'all. It's time we make it do what it do, baby. And it's time that we really, really, really understand that you might not understand what you're being called to do. Do it. You might not, have the money to do what you've been called to do. It's gonna come. That's it. That's all I gotta say, y'all. I'm about to step out, make some things happen today. Y'all check us out September 10th at My House Bar and Grill. Y'all come show some love to Just Angel. Show some love to Rob Savage. Show some love to Tam the Vibe. Show some love to OGP Rose. Show some love to Rich Chamberlain. And most definitely show some love to Grooves with Melody. Because we about to bring a new sound to the Carolinas, y'all. We're about to bring a new energy. And we really want everyone who followed us to, jump on board. We're going to jump on board too. All hands on deck. What can we really create as artists? We ain't got to follow no template. What we want to do, how we want to do it, and do we have the means? And that's it. We don't have to ask no permissions. I mean, you got to ask some permissions, you know what I'm saying? You got to get licenses and stuff like that. But when it comes to your artistry, you don't have to ask nobody permission how to do it. You can get advice, but at the end of the day, the choice is yours. And that's it. I know I said that's it the first time, but that's it for real the second time because the sun coming out and I'm hot. I got a lot to do today. Y'all stay lifted. Y'all stay groovy. And most definitely, always remember, you are it. You are the one and you are blessed. Be right back.